Welcome into the Inside Arkansas Recruiting Podcast presented by GoatLab Brewery. I'm your host, Dudley Dawson. We've got a special guest tonight in Tay Lockett, who is Arkansas's first commit of the 2026 class and is now in Conway having a real good season. Uh, Tay, talk a little bit about how the season's gone for Conway. I know you all played fairly well, just had one game lost so far. But how's it gone so far?
It's been a great season, just a great opportunity, to meet new people, obviously play with new teammates. It's just been a great overall season, obviously, we took the loss early, but we're not looking to peak right now, we're looking to peak when it's time for the state championship game. So I have no complaints so far. I'm really enjoying Conway football.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about making that decision. I know you have family here in Arkansas, and your mom was here from here originally. Talk to me about thinking that's a big decision to make that move for your senior year. And I know you're a midterm graduate. Talk to me a little bit about what went into that.
Just the opportunity to connect with the state of Arkansas. I wouldn't have been able to get the opportunity to meet the people I'm able to meet right now, in Central Arkansas if I just went up to Fayetteville for spring ball. So just being able to, meet new people and make connections with Central Arkansas, and specifically Conway. But just to be able to play in front of them, show them my talents that God gave me, hopefully they think I am a good fit for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, obviously, you made that commitment a long time ago. A little bit has changed since then, but talk to me about what it was overall, not involving the coaches, but overall about the Arkansas program and just Fayetteville in general that made it maybe the right thing for you.
Since the first time I ever been to Fayetteville, I just feel like it's a very special place, there isn't too many places like Fayetteville that I've ever been to. There's only one pro team, that's the Arkansas Razorbacks. So I feel like it was like a no-brainer, me choosing the Hogs. It's bigger than just football for me. I get to play in front of the whole state. Kids are looking up to me. So it's a big responsibility, but I'm excited for the opportunity.
I know you made several visits to Fayetteville before you made the move to Conway, and you had one of your buddies, DJ Ferguson, come in the last time with his last visit. What did he think about overall? And I guess he's somebody you'll be working on in the next few years.
DJ loved it. I was excited, just to be able to get him out here. Being from California, it's not too many people that come to the SEC country, just to check it out. But I was excited I was able to get my young guy out here, just to be able to experience the atmosphere. Like I said, there isn't too many places like Arkansas. The fans are very loyal, whether it doesn't matter how the season is going, they're always going to show up for the Razorbacks. I was just excited to let him come out here and get to experience. That was his first actual college football game as well. So for it to be, my college team, it meant a lot to me. Whether to me it doesn't matter the outcome. As long as he had a good time, which he did. And I want to be able to get him back out here when I'm eventually playing for the Razorbacks. So.
Obviously, he's got a few years, but what makes him so special early on did coaches and other talent scouts are seeing that he's going to be able to be a D1 guy?
He's just a grinder. He's a very good football player, very smart, fast, got good hands. He's a very well-rounded football player, and to be so young. So I just look forward to seeing him, grow as a young man and into somebody, who wants to be a Razorback, So I'm just excited to see where, his football journey takes him for sure.
One of the things that I think was probably a benefit for Conway as well is having Coach Bug James, one of the state's most legendary coaches in terms of winning state championships. Talk about what he's been like to play for and how that made it maybe an easier transition.
Yeah, Coach Buck James is a great guy. He accepted me with open arms. Uh, like you said, he's a winner at the end of the day, and so am I. So to be around somebody who has the same goal as me at the end of the day, winning championships, and someone who's done it at the highest level in Arkansas high school football, I feel like it's a great opportunity to just play under him. Learn some knowledge through him, and hopefully he'll bring a state championship to Conway.
I know you bring a lot to the field, defense, offense, special teams. Talk to me. I mean, it sounds like Travis Hunter a little bit. Talk to me a little bit about, being versatile and where do you see yourself getting up on the college level, or is that just a thing that's going to develop? Maybe the two-way playing thing will be back in vogue.
I believe, I'm a true safety. Well, I believe I'm a true defensive back, matter of fact. I feel like I could play corner. I feel like I could play in the nickel because I have very good coverage skills, and to play corner, that's what you need. To play nickel, you need that as well. But I'm also very aggressive, That's where, in the nickel that comes into play. But I'm a ball hawk, and as safety, that's definitely something that you need. But I just love defense, On defense, you can't be selfish. So, if one eats on defense, we all eat. So I love defense. But I'm open to anything, I want to be able to go out there and just play football for the state, and put on a show.
Obviously, you've played in Cali. Now you're playing here. Obviously, California, many more prospects, a lot bigger state, obviously. But talk to me about the level of football, maybe that you've had a chance to see in these first few games here in Arkansas, what the quality of that is like. Not trying to compare it overall to California, but just what you've gone up against.
I'm California through and through, so to me, California has the best football. I would never not say that. But Arkansas football, it's very physical, it's like the SEC if you ask me, like, very ground and pound, like take those 3 yards and let's do it again. So I feel like it's a warm welcome to the SEC. I'm just, I'm excited to get up there to Fayetteville for sure. But I'm enjoying, Arkansas football for sure.
And we talked about you being a midterm graduate, being up here in January. So obviously, these things kind of come to you quicker than some others. Talk to me a little bit about, obviously, Coach Pittman has been replaced by Bobby Petrino. Talk about what's kind of going through your head, what kind of headspace you're in right now as things go along here.
I mean, it's unfortunate, to see Coach Pittman go, but I understand, it's a part of the business. But like I said, I'm just excited, for the opportunity to just continue to keep playing football. It's the game I love. So to be able to, take it to the highest level in college, in the SEC, I'm just truly blessed. I'm just truly grateful for the opportunity to be able to be in the position I'm in.
I know there's still a lot of uncertainty, but I also know that a lot of commitments usually have a group chat or anything like that. Have you talked to many of the other guys that are still on the commitment board, and kind of what's the vibe you're getting from them?
Yeah, it's definitely been a little hectic. Players decommitting, and it's a lot of political things, in this game now. But I try to really stay away from things like that, because I feel like that just can put you in a very bad headspace. Seeing your peers do, what they feel is best for them. But at the end of the day, like I said, if they feel like that's what's best for them, then I'm gonna respect their decisions. And just keep moving forward.
In talking to Coach James, he sees, even though you have just been there a little while, he sees you as a leader. Do you see yourself with whatever this class looks like, who the coaches are here, being a leader when you come in?
I mean, I feel like I'm just I love football at the end of the day. I feel like that's the biggest thing you need on your team. To win football games, you need people who love football. And I'm someone who really loves football. Like I have a football tattooed on my arm. So like this is something that I really live for. I don't don't take football lightly at all, but I don't, I try to be more of a leader with my actions, with how I play. I'm not super big on being a vocal leader, but I am starting to step into that role. Being at Conway, obviously, everybody dreams to play for the University of Arkansas, who lives in the state of Arkansas. So I'm very aware of that. I know, my voice has a lot of meaning behind it when I speak. So to be a vocal leader, it's something that I am starting to gradually get. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I had a couple more questions before we get you out of here, but we pay the bills around here too. So we want to again thank our sponsor, GoatLab Brewery, who has locations in both Lowell and Fayetteville. We had a great time there Friday night, big crowd, and they'll have the game on at 3:15 this Saturday, and I'm sure we'll have a big crowd. It's the new game day hotspot, whether they're in town or out. Before we get you out of here, just talk to me. Is there a player in the NFL or college that you admire or pattern yourself after, or do you have a team out there in California that you're rooting for?
I wouldn't say I admire my game after anybody. I feel like I am Tay Lockett. God gave me the ability to be who I am. And I'm proud to be who I am. I feel like I have abilities a lot of people don't have, even at the pro level. So, I'm just going to continue to keep grinding. Like I said, I don't really feel like I try to model my game after anybody. I just try to be the best version of myself.
Well, I'm sure that it sure sounds like you're locked into Arkansas. And I'm sure that's great for the fans to hear. But let's just, as they make the decisions down the line here, just what are some thoughts or things that you'd like to see come into the program and you get ready to become a part of it?
Like I said, I just enjoy winning. At the end of the day, if you're not winning football games, what are you doing? So I just look forward to bringing the state and obviously the university football games that we're going to win for sure.
Well, man, it's been a pleasure to visit with you. We look forward to seeing you at the trip in January, and I guess we'll all just find out what's going to go on together.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for having me.
You bet. That was a great visit with Tay Lockett. As we said, he was the first commit in the 2026 class. Sure sounds like he's committed for the long run, and like the rest of us, we'll be seeing who is going to be in the rest of the class with him and find out as the coaches go along. Obviously, Arkansas's got a game with Tennessee this Saturday. Maybe some questions will start getting answered in as we go along. Want to reiterate in case you didn't see the I updated over the weekend. They lost two more commitments, 15 total now in the 2026 class. Have they're now ranked 16th out of 16th in the SEC because the guys that have gone out the door. And I would caution everybody. And while it may not be a great class, we'll see it again. And obviously, the transfer portal class is going to be a big factor in this for whoever the head coach is, be it Bobby Petrino or somebody else. Start to see a lot of that play out over the next time. But when the last time they had a coaching change here, Chadwick was out the door, Sam Pittman in. There were a lot of decommitments. Arkansas dropped down to 109th, I believe, at the bottom, and came back up at the end as new staff got in here and started doing some things. I had the opportunity to talk to a lot of coaches, high school coaches, college coaches, and NFL players over the weekend in terms of what they're looking about here. We're going to have some of those folks as we go along here. I mean, it's going to be a long but very informative period during the rest of the season. The December high school period when you'll have some visits up here, and then the January 2nd through 16 transfer portals. So we're going to learn a lot as we go along here, and as we do it, we'll be sponsored by GoatLab Brewery again. Great time their Saturday or last Friday night. Sure, they're gonna have a great time this Saturday, and the following weekend when Texas A&M comes here, a nice time too. In the afternoon game, no more of this 11 a.m. stuff. After that for a while. I just want to thank everybody again for watching and listening to the Arkansas Recruiting Podcast, sponsored by GoatLab Brewery. Be sure to subscribe to all of our Inside Arkansas content on YouTube and audio versions wherever you get your podcast. I'm Dudley Dawson, and we'll just keep doing this as it goes along. It's certainly been an active September and early October, and we'll just keep on being here and seeing what happens as it goes along. As I always close out with, remember yesterday is history. Today tomorrow's a mystery, and today is a gift. And on a personal note, I was told 1,666 days ago that I would pass a car wreck. I'm still here. So are you. Let's go out and make the world a better place.